Hi friends, it's Terry. Today we are going to make a centerpiece with our peach sorbet DIY kit. And I've got some items to show you. So I have a pot. Now this is not just like a regular flower wedding event kind of pot. This is just from the garden center. So think outside of the box when you are selecting your vessels for your arrangements. Okay, so I have the pot. I have my flower cutters. I have my floral snips, and I have some waterproof Oasis tape, a pitcher of water with flower food, and then of course all the beautiful flowers that are going to go into the arrangement. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to tape off a grid on top of this vessel to give structure to the arrangement and to hold the flowers in place. You could also use floral foam, you could use chicken wire, but today I'm going to use waterproof floral tape. So I'm going to fix the camera. I'll be right back. So I have my vessel on this nice Lazy Susan turntable. It just helps me to move the arrangement around. It makes it fast for when I start taping. So this is a handy little trick of the trade. You just start by making a grid. I don't want a lot of my tape to show on the sides. I'm going to use just the very edges of the vase. These have little ridges on the vase, so I'm going to give it a little extra security once I get my grid formed. Now this dark florist tape works on this vessel because it is dark and my flowers are going to overlap the edges. There is clear tape. You can use just regular Scotch tape, but right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start just making a little cross piece on each of the intersections. Easier to tear the tape, just for some added security. All right, next up, fill the vase with some water. It's good to put water with flower food in your vessel. It just helps feed the flowers as they're waiting for your special day. So I filled it up and we will get started. We're ready to start designing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start by layering in some lovely hanging amaranthus to kind of fill out the base of my arrangement. When I'm putting the flowers into the vase, I want to see how long I need to cut them. So what I like to do is just kind of hold it over the vase and sort of guesstimate here with my hand. This is about how long I'd like it to be. Cut it, place it in the vase, and I'm actually going to place it not right on the edge here, but I'm going to go into the center hole. This is also going to help create kind of more of a natural grid for the other flowers to lay on, to be propped onto. Plus it gives it a little bit more height instead of just, let me show you from the edge, it just sort of hangs there. So I'm going to use the center hole, and I have a cluster of about 4 of those. This arrangement, I hope it to be very whimsical, loose and airy, ethereal, kind of garden-esque. All right, then I'm going to start with some of my big focal flowers and filler flowers. So I think just to cover this up and to make sure my tape is covered, I'm going to go in with one of these gorgeous mums and place her in there. My filler flowers today are spray roses, these gorgeous peach ones. And if you notice, I've left the leaves on these. I am going to remove them, just because I don't want any leaves below the water line. So again, just going to kind of guesstimate where I want it, cut the stem, and go ahead and place her in. All right, I think I'm going to do the same on this side with another filler flower of the spray roses. Alrighty, give her a little turn. Here's the back side of her, so we're going to start filling her out. I think I'm going to kind of do the same thing back here with another mum. And let's go in with some of our gorgeous Myra Garden roses. So you can reflex these back a little bit and give them a snip and just kind of place it down in the grit. Now I'm sort of going between some of those amaranthus. Beautiful. I've got the low hanging in the front here, and now I think I want to bring something up a little higher. We've got this beautiful campanula. So I think I'm going to let her stand up pretty high. As your arrangement grows, especially these ones without greenery, you'll start to kind of feel a little tension in the flowers, and they'll hold on to each other just a little bit easier. All right, maybe we'll go ahead and do a taller mum just for some weight on there. All about layering your flowers. I feel like I need another spray rose down here to give me a little more support. You see, my line flower is already drooping, but we're going to bring her out. We just know that's where she's going to go. And as you can see, you can play. If you don't like where it is, take it out. And that's the beauty of also using the tape and water grid method. You don't have to worry about flower foam losing its holding power. It has some nice height to it. I may try to recreate that height right there. Oh, I like that. And I think its friend is going to live right here next to it, but we'll wait just a little bit longer. We'll add a few more flowers. So I'm using a lot of my focal flowers, the roses, the mums kind of deep down in here in the center of the arrangement to give support. And then I'll put the little filler flowers and what I like to call dancers. Those are the beautiful ranunculus kind of towards the end, because we want them to shine. We want them to have a perfect little spot for themselves. So as you can see, it's kind of awkward. That's okay. It's going to get better, promise. So a fun thing to do with these mini carnations, they have lots of blooms on a stem. So unfortunately that one's broken. We'll just put her over here in the use later jar. But you can cut this stem right here and you have two pieces that you can use. So I will use this piece up a little higher and this piece down kind of low to fill in some of the space. I'm going to do that same thing with this beautiful peach carnation. Break it up into multiple pieces. I think I want to put them going this way. And you also want to remember that your arrangement is three-dimensional, so try not to just put everything in one plane. To me, if you look at it from the side, it's looking a little flat. So I want to bring something out over here to give some dimension. So to do that, I think I'm going to do some of these spray roses up high. So now I'm just trying to fill out this big hole in the center. So this one, I've got a hole right here. So this is where this little lady is going to go. Right in there. So let's go in with some more of our beautiful mini carnations. All right, so we've got, I like to work in 3s and 2s. So I've got 2 leaning this way. I have 3, and I'm going to count this as kind of the same color palette. So 3 here, giving you a nice little triangle. I have 3 of the giant dahlias that are so beautiful. Let's take a look at how it's looking. Still feeling a little flat right in here, so let's get some movement out that direction. So I'm going to take another one of my lime flowers in the campanula, and I'm going to try to get her right in here. And then that's going to give me 3s. So I feel like I have kind of a good shape going on, and I've still got several pretty flowers. So I've got scabiosa that I need to add. I've got white scabiosa. These are what I call butterflies or dancers out the tops of your arrangements. And of course we have everyone's favorite, the ranunculus. So I believe it is now time to add those. A little friend on her. We need to find the perfect spot for her. And I believe that she would look best leaning this direction right here. So I'm going to tuck her in and see how that looks. It's almost like she's leaning over saying, look down at my friend, the hanging amaranthus. Take a look. Got another pretty lady. Let's give her right here in the center of our, she is beautiful. All right, we have no line flowers on this side of the arrangement, so I think I want to go ahead and add in a few more of these campanulas. So I want to show you something here. So I just put this ranunculus in. I like where she is. It's the same level as this rose. So I think what I need to do is I need to bring this rose out. I need to give her a little snip and adjust where she lives, just so that we don't have everything on the same plane. That's a little better. Now I'm also seeing a hole here, so let's go in with some of our scabiosa. Now the scabiosa come with a nice little like straw on the end to hold their necks straight. You can leave them in if you want. You can take them off if you want. I'm going to take this one off. I'm going to pop her in right here. Make sure her face is facing out, and I'm going to tuck one deep down in the arrangement to fill the space a little bit, but also still be peeking out as a pretty little lady. As always, I like to do things in threes, so I think I'm going to add another one. All right, so it's always good to step back, take a look at your arrangement, give her a spin. I think right here I need a little bit more white and a little bit more dimension, so I'm going to add this one little piece in here. Turn her so she's facing out. Fantastic. And I think I'd like another droopy ranunculus. Place her right here. I feel like I need one more right here. Maybe we'll do a beautiful little carnation. It's just all about looking at your arrangement and deciding what you like and what looks good to you. All right, so I think that she's done.